And now for my next number, I'd like to return to the
classic. Time.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Alex back again. This time,
my toe again.
I don't know what it is today, but for some reason, Jenny's big toe keeps getting hurt.
By him.
By me. Don't know what it is. What's up, guys? Alex back
Big
again.
obsession with my big ass big toe.
Big ass big toe. You want to see my big ass big toe? Here we are. There's my big toe. Anyway, you've got a tiny big toe.
Still hurt.
Anyway, what's going on, guys? Alex back again with another video. In this video, we'll do part 4 to my top 100 albums list. This time is 80 through, or no, this time is 70 through 61. Excuse me. We've done 100 to 91. 90 to 81, 80 to 71, so obviously next up will be 70 to 61. This is obviously where you'll start seeing, unlike the other parts, everything I have in this video, in this part of the video I have on vinyl, and this is where the diversity will start to come back into these videos a bit more, but also still showing off some stuff that might be obvious to you guys, as well as showing off some stuff that you might not expect to be on this list. So with that said and done, let's get straight into this video. And like always, if you haven't seen the previous parts to this video, there's a playlist in the description with all the previous parts, so you can go and check that out, because obviously if you've missed one part, you won't want to miss the rest. So let's get into this video, kicking it off, of course, with in 70th place is LL Cool J's Bigger and Deffer album, 1987, having hits like I'm Bad, My Rhyme Ain't Done, Go Cut Creator Go, I Need Love. Great album from LL. There is one more that could top this for me, but this has always been one of my favorites from LL just because of the song I'm Bad. It is a very good, solid album from him, and you know what, it is the first one I listened to from him, so all because of this album, I am a fan of LL Cool J. So yeah, definitely one that I praise to the heavens, and one I will probably listen to till my dying day, because it's just that great of an album. Obviously LL Cool J is not making much music anymore. He's too busy making movies and starring in NCIS LA, but yeah, I still like his music. He's got some great stuff. His first 4 albums are all really incredible, but out of the 4, there's 2 that I could have potentially put in this list, and well, this one made it. So you're going to have to stay tuned for the other parts to find out if any more will make it. But yeah, LL Cool J's Bigger and Deffer comes in at number 70. At number 69. At number 69 is Gary Numan's The Pleasure Principle. But yeah, of course, has the massive hit Films and the massive hit Cars. Gary Numan, of course. One that I remember from my dad's collection, because he loved Gary Numan. He did. This is from, well, he still does, because he listens to Gary Numan a lot. But this is 1979 on this one. You can tell, you know, Gary Numan, he does synth pop, very different from obviously the last album I showed you. But yeah, a great synth pop album, definitely a classic to have in any collection, and just one that, again, I can praise to, you know, the higher grounds, because it's just that damn good. Every track on here is brilliant. Gary Numan obviously does vocals, keyboards, symphonic percussion on this album. But yeah, just an incredible album from front to back, and just, you know, synth pop classic. And that comes in at number 69. At number 68 we have Talk Talk's It's My Life, their second album from 1984. Fantastic album. Has Such a Shame, It's My Life, Does Caroline Know? Just an incredible, Dum Dum Girl. Just an absolutely phenomenal album. More synth pop, new wave sort of stuff. Classic 80s album here from Talk Talk. You guys obviously know this album, Talk Talk's It's My Life. It's incredible album. A staple for, in my opinion, for any collection, especially if you love 80s music. This is a staple. Yeah, it's definitely an album that I know a lot of people praise, and with good reason. It's just a very solid album from start to finish, and of course with everything that goes on this album, just flawless, absolutely flawless. So love it. I don't really know what else I can say about this album that's not been said already. This one's another one from my dad's collection, but I didn't discover it in my dad's collection until much later. But he's got it on CD, I got it on vinyl. You tell me who's cooler. Talk Talk's It's My Life comes in at number 68. At 67, another album you guys probably know quite well is Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. That's right. This album's pretty good. You've obviously got Go Your Own Way, Don't Stop's the song that obviously I picked this album up for. The Chain, which was used in Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that song. The bass line in that is incredible. Secondhand News, Dreams, just a flawless album from start to finish. There was a couple of Fleetwood Mac albums I could have put on my list, because there's a couple that I really like. Loads that I'm not too keen on, but this is definitely the one that made me a somewhat casual fan of Fleetwood Mac. And then obviously Lindsey Buckingham, Stevie Nicks, Mick Fleetwood, Christine McVie, and then John McVie as well. But yeah, just a very good album all the way through. Not a bad song on it. The only reason it's this low on my list is just because I did not discover this one till a lot later in my life, but it is an album that I think is, again, another staple. So very good album there, which is why it comes in at number 67. 60, what we on? Yeah, 66. We've actually got a jazz album. We've not seen one of these for a while, I know. It's Gregory Porter, Liquid Spirit. It's a modern jazz album because it's from 2013. It's actually one of my it's actually my favourite from him. It's got obviously the title song Liquid Spirit. This is one reason why I listen to a lot of vocal jazz, because of Gregory Porter. He's heavily influenced by Nat King Cole, who I really like through my uncle. But yeah, Gregory Porter is really incredible. He's a baritone. He's got a sort of deeper baritone voice. But he's done a lot of work with a lot of modern techno and house DJs, and features on a lot of them tracks just because he's got that sort of voice. And obviously the song Liquid Spirit had a big house remix that was, I think it's even still used in the clubs and in places. But yeah, just an incredible album. I discovered this one quite early after it came out, and I remember being absolutely blown away by it. So of course I had to put Gregory Porter's Liquid Spirit on my list somewhere, and this is exactly where it ended up. So yeah, Gregory Porter's Liquid Spirit. It's on Blue Note as well, by the way, if that helps you with Blue Note collectors. But yeah, Gregory Porter's Liquid Spirit, fantastic album. He's got a great voice, I love it. And he comes in at number 66. Okay, switching gears again as we go into number 65. There's another hip-hop album. This one's a lot later than the LL Cool J album, and this is Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang Clan. What can I say about this that's not been said already by hip-hop enthusiasts? Easily their best album, their solid album. Obviously has songs like Cream and Method Man. Wu-Tang Clan Ain't Nothing to Fuck With is on this album. Clan in the Front, Bring the Ruckus, Protect Your Neck, just so many great hits. Wu-Tang Clan's Enter the Wu-Tang 36 Chambers. I discovered this one quite early on as I was getting into hip-hop, and yeah, I remember just being blown away by every single track on here, how rough and brutal the lyrics were, how tough these guys were, and the day I discovered Ghostface Killer had the same birthday as me was, well, a pretty good moment for me. So yeah. So many good samples used to make this album as well. Just an incredible, incredible album. So had to make sure I had that. Obviously, I have a reissue of it, but still a great album, and that's why it comes in at number 65. At number 64, a reggae album. I don't know if I've had any reggae albums on the list yet. But this is definitely one that I'm making an exception for, because this is technically a covers album. But yeah, it's John Holt, 1000 Volts of Holt. So many great covers on here, from Never 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 to Baby I Want You, Help Me Make It Through the Night, Mr. Bojangles, Killing Me Softly with Her Song, Girl from Ipanema. Just so many great songs. I love John Holt's voice, and yeah, he's just had so many great covers out. Every song on here is a great cover, and this is the reason I listen to not just more reggae like outside of Bob Marley, but the reason I listen to John Holt in the first place, and why I don't mind a cover version every now and again. But yeah, John Holt, 1000 Volts of Holt, fantastic album. John Holt's 1000 Volts of Holt comes in at number 64. At number 63, and I know some of you are probably expecting this album to be a bit higher because it is my favourite band, and for a long time it was my favourite album from this band. So it is a shame to put it so low, but again, it's one I don't revisit as often anymore. That's taking nothing away from the album. Of course, Arctic Monkeys' Suck It and See is the album in question. It's a great album from front to back. Just, it's not the most popular with Arctic Monkeys fans. I think it's a great album. If you watch mine and my girlfriend's Arctic Monkeys ranking list, I mean, it came in like 3rd place, I think, somewhere around there. Spoiler alert, by the way. But this album is still great. Some great songs on it. Black Treacle, Brick by Brick, Don't Sit Down Because I've Moved Your Chair, Reckless Serenade, one of my favourites on here, Power Driver Waltz, That's Where You're Wrong. Just an absolute incredible album. The only reason it's not any higher on my list is because I didn't discover Arctic Monkeys till much later, like 2013, and then I started going backwards, and for a while this was my favourite from them. This would literally be all I would listen to for a long time. That's why it comes in at number 63. Their 2011 album, their 4th album, I believe, but still an incredible one, still great. It just hasn't had that big of an influence on me. It's just on the list because it's my favourite band. I'm trying to limit putting all of Arctic Monkeys albums on this list, so I limited myself to 3 albums per artist, and this is the first one you will see on the list from the Arctic Monkeys. You might only see one more, who knows, but this album's definitely a good one, and it shows. So Arctic Monkeys, Suck It and See comes in at number 63. At 62, another album that I was trying so hard to put higher up on the list. I just couldn't bring myself to do it because, well, believe it or not, there is maybe one song on here I'm not a big fan of. But other than that, you know, it's still a good album. It's a great album. It's Tracy Chapman by Tracy Chapman. Obviously you've got Fast Car, Talking About Revolution, For My Lovers on here, great song. Baby Can I Hold You is probably my favourite song on here, and obviously Westlife covered it about 10 years later. But yeah, this album has definitely had a huge impact on me, and you know, Tracy Chapman's just had some great albums out. This is definitely for one of them. Her best for sure. Just a classic, a staple, and one that I think should be in every collection. Again, the reason it's not higher is because I actually did not discover this till later on. I had listened to someone's cover of Fast Car, I think, a long time ago, or a little, I'd say about 5 years ago or so, and that really made me, ooh, you know, what's this song? Or, no, what it was, a friend of mine, who would host open mics because he was like a busker, a guitarist. He'd busk in London and locally and things like that. He loved Tracy Chapman. He loved this album, and he would always play Fast Car or Talking About a Revolution in his sets. So, and that really got me onto this album. So that's kind of where the Tracy Chapman thing comes from. That is about 5 years ago or so, I think, about 3-4 years ago. But yeah, this album's definitely great, and because of a friend of mine, I love Tracy Chapman. Again, the only reason it's not any higher is because I didn't discover it till later, but still a fantastic album. One of my personal favourites, definitely, but deserves every listen that I give it. So Tracy Chapman's self-titled album comes in at number 62. Last one for this video, and we'll be done. Yeah, can you believe it? Coming in at number 61, this is S.O.S. Band's Just the Way You Like It. This album is just so incredible. You've got No One's Gonna Love You, Weekend Girl, and Just the Way You Like It all on one side. And that alone is enough to really give this album a listen, really dig it. Of course, it's 80s R&B. It's from 84. But yeah, S.O.S. Band, a great 80s R&B group. Very much worthy of pretty much every listen. If you're into 80s R&B and you don't know this, you should definitely check this out, because it is an incredible album from start to finish. It doesn't have a weak spot. And again, one I did discover a bit later on, but has stuck with me since the day I discovered it, and just one that will constantly stick with me as I go forward in my life. So yeah, S.O.S. Band's Just the Way You Like It comes in at number 61. So with that said and done, guys, thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Thank you for sticking with me if you keep coming back for this series. We're 4 parts in, there's still 6 to go, so who knows what could be on my list. Is there anything you didn't expect to be on my list? Is there anything you expected to be higher? Anything you expected to be a bit lower down? Anything that surprised you that was on my list at all? Let me know down in the comment section below. Like I said, I've loved seeing these videos when they were going around. If you've got a top 100 list and I haven't seen it yet, leave a comment down below letting me know. In addition to that, if you have missed anything, like I said at the beginning, and if you've missed any parts of this, there's a playlist in the description with all of the parts to this video. And of course, I upload these every single Sunday, right up until we get to my number 1, and then I'll think of something else. But you guys are brilliant. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys again very soon. Peace.